Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Ramawan coming to you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I give double honors as always to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Arkham out there doing this work, spreading the true gospel, the 100% truth as we have been taught, in truth and in sincerity. So here we see this article here. It says 100,000 plus Britons signed petition to outlaw discrimination against unvaccinated as government moves forward with COVID vaccine passports. Alright, so it says more than 100,000 people have called on the British government to review plans to bring in vaccine passports and prevent discriminatory policies against people who have refused to be part of the national inoculation program. A petition which started in February has gathered pace on Tuesday, with thousands add their names to the growing list of people calling for the government to do more to prevent legalized discrimination against people who aren't vaccinated against C19. Right, so this is that's what they're saying. So the government must specifically outlaw discrimination based on vaccines. I'm just going to read it as it is. On vaccine status, this includes access to private businesses, jobs, and public life. No individual should ever feel coerced into having a vaccine, the petition states. Tens of thousands of people signed a petition on Tuesday morning following a day of unrest in the capital in which thousands of angry protesters clashed with police, having called for the arrest of Prime Minister Boris Johnson. So this is something that, as always, these devils have lied about, man. They said they wasn't gonna. We all knew they were gonna do this, obviously. Okay, let's not get it twisted, right? We all knew they were gonna do this. Those of us that are in the know knew that they were gonna turn around and just do this, man. So they just lie to people's faces, man. All right. So what they're saying is now, come September, if for those people who want to enter into clubs, restaurants, maybe possibly theaters and sports arenas, places like that, will have to have proof by way of a certificate or a passport that they have had the vaccine, right? And so they're also saying that the tests, proof of tests, will no longer be acceptable, and without reason they've said that. I don't know why it's already gone from that not being acceptable to having to have the passport, but Scripture says the devil coming down with great wrath. I believe Revelation 12:12, because if you have but a short time, I'm paraphrasing it. So they're starting to speed up, man, because people are fighting against this, and they're being exposed on a daily basis for all the deceptions. All right, you've got people taking vaccines, still getting sick supposedly. So and then they're telling you that the vaccine doesn't cover you from getting or transmitting C19. So what's the point of it all? That's what you have to really ask yourself. Why do they want you to take it so much if it's not really it's not even proven to work? So and this is the same man here who I can't remember his name now. This is the same man here who previously said that they weren't going to do all this, and now they've just turned around and decided to just go ahead and do it. And they're not the only. The UK isn't the only country. I've got a little list here, just showing you what's really going down, man. So you can see this is an international plot, an international scheme, a new world order, if you will. Alright. So here we have all these countries. I don't want to read them all up, but as you can see, You know? There isn't any places left, is there? So, these are the places that already have it in full swing. So as you can see, excuse me, that yeah, man, this you know, having this world, you know, this is now where the shepherd separating the people who are down and the people who aren't down. Yeah, what's gonna happen next? You think it's gonna stop at nightclubs and that? No, man, it's gonna end up going to, you know, to your supermarkets and places like that. Schools probably, you know, universities, colleges, and all that. So you know they're pushing this, man, and there's no, you know, this is just the way it's got to go down at the end of the day. So you know what I'm saying is, those of you who are in this truth, and the people that aren't in this truth, are gonna have to get ready to go hungry, man. If you're really about it, you know. So that's just, yeah, that's it. I don't want to read any more of that. That's I don't think there's anything to read. So yeah, let me quickly do this. So this is 2nd Ezra 9. It's, I start from the top. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And if you notice, man, these scriptures are coming out all the time. Why? Because it's just the time we're in. These are constant reminders of what's going down. You know, we're not making up new scriptures to fit, you know, to refresh it, man. It is what it is. We're in a time where it's about to get really hasty out here, and these scriptures are telling you that. Verse 3 says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, because this is happening all over the world. France right now, they've got people in France protesting the same thing, man. And probably countless other places in the world that they're not reporting. People do not want this. More people than they'd like to make you think. It says, verse 4 says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right, so the end is manifest, meaning what? The end is being brought about, man. Basically, you know. While staying there probably for a second, let me just jump to 15. Actually, let me read from the top. Actually, I want to jump down in a minute. So it says, 2nd Ezra 15:1. It says, behold, thou speak in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, this is all prophecy, man. So yeah, it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So it's happening, all right. It's happening. There is no that petition, right? Although it's interesting to see how many people are against it, it's not going to make any difference in the long term. Alright? It only means that the government will discuss it. Doesn't mean they're going to turn around and change their mind. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And all those unfaithful are the ones that have taken the vaccines and that are going to take the MOTB, right? Those are the unfaithful that are going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. Because what they trusted in Egypt, man. They went down to Egypt. They trusted in Esau's Maxine and his laws and his ways, man. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Jumping to 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. I don't want to just jump like that. It says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, right? And that sedition is occurring right now. You know, it's uprisings, man. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And and people aren't regarding the kings and princes, right? The rulers, man. People are now trying to fight against the powers, man. There's still some people that are just sheep and they're just not getting it, and they won't get it. And they're the ones that are going to take all the vaccines that they can get. They're going to take the MOTB. You know, they're going to happily go along with everything that the government says, and that's to their destruction, man. Verse 17 says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right, and that's happening right now. You can't travel to other countries, man. And then once they start implementing these certificates, these passports, man, the restrictions are going to be unbelievable because some people are just not going to have this. And I pray that the Lord gives me the strength to stay on the path, man. All right, to stay on the straight way, man, which is the way of difficulty. All right, but yeah, man, that's just what's going to happen. Soon you're going to be asked for, you know, some sort of identification just to move around in this world, man. You know, in a deeper sense, you already have to show certain information to go to certain places and to, you know, travel the world. But soon you're not going to be able to move around. You're going to be walking down the street and someone's going to ask you for your papers, man. Let me quickly read this as I've got it here. Daniel 8:25 says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify it in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. So he's using policies, man. You know, laws and legislations and statutes to manipulate and to maneuver people into the positions that they want them to be. It says, and by peace shall destroy many. Yeah, because this is all in the name of peace and safety, right? So, but it's all false, man. It says, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken with our hand. Because ultimately, this isn't going to work, man. All right? He's going to think it's going to work, but Yahushua is going to put a stop to this. All right? So what's the point in, you know, there's no point in having any fear. This has to go down this way. Ultimately, he's already lost, man. It's written. All right? Just want to get one more, if I can remember where it is. Actually, this is not what I want. I don't want to read it anyway because it's just the spirit, man. This is right. Psalms 10:1. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So, like we just read, man, you know, he'll stand up against the prince of princes, man. But it's not going to work, man. All right, because this is just bringing about their destruction, their devices, right? Verse 3 says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. Right? His ways are grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them." He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. So he believes that he's in ultimate power and he's not going to get taken down, and he's going to be able to fulfill his destiny, what he believes is his destiny. But his destiny is distraction, man. So one more, but I might need to read them all this. Let me just get one more. This is what I want. Alright, Psalm 64. It says, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Alright, because what they're doing is they're really plotting and scheming, man. This is a scheme, right? They figured out a way to, through this. It's taken long enough, and once they started implementing this whole C19 thing, it's only taken a couple of years to get to the point where people have already taken vaccines, and they're about to have certificates for freedom, man. Passports, freedom passports, man. Alright, so we're asking for the Lord to cover us from this, man. Give us the strength. Just like King David's asking, he wants the strength to be able to escape the wiles of the wicked, man. The secret counsel of them. Just who whet their tongue like a sword, that means to sharpen their tongue and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, because they're talking all the talk, man. It's an everyday barrage of words, slick words coming out of these devils' mouths, which have coerced this nation and many nations across the planet into the position that we are in right now. It says, and it's gonna tell you that it says they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? We see them. Why? Because the Lord has given us the understanding to know what they're up to, man, through the prophecies and through the scriptures, right? So we see them, and not only do we see them, but more importantly, the angels and Yahweh Shem Yahushua sees them, man. Alright? That's more important than us seeing them. Because all they're doing is, building up that case for them to get destroyed, man. Verse 6, it says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep, man. So they really, like I said, man, it's only taken them 2 years to get to this point. Why? Because the heart is deep, man. They fought hard and long and devised all sorts of plans to get this to where it is. So that's it on that. That was just the point I wanted to make. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson, giving all praise and all glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. And, Lord willing, again, that this was some edification in there. And, yeah, man, we're really getting to that point, man. Start really stick cleaving to this word, man, because things are about to get really real, alright? So with that, I'll say shalom.